Let's learn contour drawing with Ms. Boley. What is a contour drawing? Well, I'm doing one right now. I'm doing a contour drawing of the leaf beside me. A contour drawing shows only the outer and inner edges of a subject. Contour is French for line, so a contour drawing is only lines. When we do a contour drawing, we pick a spot on the face or object, and the gray line that you see moving around the face represents my eye moving around the subject. The point of a contour drawing is to get our hand and our eye synced up. And so when we draw, we move our pencil as our eye moves along the subject. We're trying to draw using as much of a continuous line as possible. So I'm trying to avoid lifting up my pen or pencil, but if I do have to lift it, that's okay. I can sometimes go back over my lines and redraw them in order to get my drawing tool to be where I need it to be on the page. But I may need to lift it just like I did now to go and draw the contours of the hair. When we do a contour drawing, we might end up with proportions that are not correct, because the point of doing a contour drawing is going slow and looking carefully at the object we're drawing. It's not to document the proportions accurately. It's to really look at the subject and document the surface details. When we do a contour drawing, we do not want to use an eraser. We want to draw the lines firmly and clearly only once. We do not go back and fix them if they are not correct. We draw slowly, but we keep our drawing tool moving. And we do not draw lines like sketchily more than once on top of the other while lifting the pencil. We just sort of have to go with whatever comes out. So our goal, as I mentioned before, is to develop those artist eyes to really sync up our eye and our hand. We're also trying to have fun. So let's get started. So I've set up my drawing space with a mirror so that I can look at myself. And I've also grabbed some drawing tools that are permanent. So pens, markers, pencil crayons. And also I've got my sketchbook or paper to practice on. This video is sped up so you can see the process of drawing a whole contour drawing of a face from start to finish. Let's check it out, what it looks like in real time. So I've started on the nose. The spot that I like to pick to start on is usually the nose. And as I mentioned earlier, my eye then just travels to the various edges of features or outlines on either my face if I'm drawing myself or the person's face, the subject's face. You can also do contour drawings using any object. It doesn't need to only be a face. So notice how slowly I'm drawing, but my marker rarely takes a rest. I'm doing what is known as a modified contour drawing, where I am trying not to pick up my marker very often. If I do pick up my marker, I'm trying to do so with intentionality and place it down somewhere else that I can draw quite a few other contours. Now I'm going to speed the video up slightly, and then we can take a look a little bit closer at my drawing. I also wanted to point out how you can see my eyes looking up at myself in the mirror very often. I want to spend more time looking at myself than I am looking at my paper. I don't know if I'm succeeding with that, but that is the goal. Now here's the view of my drawing from above. So you can't see myself in the mirror anymore. And this part of the video has been sped up to 8 times the speed of regular life. So you can really tell how slowly I must be drawing when you see it sped up. If you notice any new features, as I mentioned, you can always lift up your pen or your marker and you can go and draw those features in. But remember, our goal is to draw confident lines that are continuous, that aren't sketchy. All right, so I've drawn a total of 3 contour drawings of my face. And each time I felt like I got more confident and like I knew my features pretty well. So now let's try a contour drawing using our hands. So I'm just going to place my hand in a position, some type of position. I'm not going to be holding anything or anything like that for this exercise. And then I'm just going to repeat the process of the contour drawing, but using my hand instead of a face. So I'm just moving my marker along the contour edges of my thumb and then my index finger. And remember, I'm not caring about proportions. So with hands, incorrect proportions look very weird, and I'm not going to go back and fix anything. I just have to deal with whatever I end up drawing. So you may end up with like a super large thumb and really small fingers. But the point is that we're observing all those little wrinkles, all those little details. Alright, so this portion of the video is sped up to 8 times, and I'm just going to complete the drawing of my hand. And that is it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy using this contour drawing technique to practice your drawing.